Hey everyone, how's it going? And welcome to another Comic-Con advice video. If you're attending your first Artist Alley, then you may be asking yourself, what should I sell? And that's what I'm going to attempt to answer in today's video for you. Of course, the simple answer to that is whatever you enjoy creating. If you enjoy making comics, then sell those. If you enjoy painting, then maybe sell prints. Or if you enjoy things like felting, crocheting, sculpting, or anything in between, then sell those. You often create your best work when you actually enjoy what you're doing, and I think sellers sometimes don't realise that customers can actually tell if you enjoyed creating your artwork or not based on the quality. Passion just adds a little indescribable sparkle to your work. So, what sort of products should I take? Well, it's always good to take a variety of products with you to reach the widest possible audience. Some people like to buy prints to decorate their homes, but maybe don't care for things like stickers. Some people love stickers to either bomb their car or iPad, things like that, but couldn't care less about decorating their home with prints. So it's important to take a range of products that are going to appeal to the most people and increase your chance of making the most possible sales. If you're new to Artist Alley, then I do recommend sticking with the most popular products among artists, and these are things like prints, stickers, pin badges, keyrings, and other small accessories that are cheap enough to produce but also easy enough to display nicely on your table. Some people also attend conventions to collect original artwork, so I would say it's worth having some of that with you, regardless of what format it's in, depending on the sort of art that you produce. So if you're a comic artist, a popular choice is to bring some original page sketches with you, or comics with alternative hand-drawn covers. Original artwork usually costs very little to produce other than time, but does attract a higher price point because people like the fact that they're getting a one-of-one unique art piece. So, how much should I be charging? By having a wide range of products like that, you can create different price points that appeal to different people's budgets. If you only have £30 prints, for example, that's not going to appeal to the people who just want a £2 sticker. It's a good idea to have things like that are more expensive so you can recoup the cost of being at Artist Alley quicker, but it's also important to have a cheaper range of products too. If you do attend with those expensive paintings, for example, and nobody attending the convention actually likes paintings or even has the budget for something like that, then making your money back will become very difficult. Think of families who attend with their kids too. Kids often like small token items like stickers and keyrings, and parents may be more inclined to buy them for their kids over an expensive art piece. So it's all about having that range of products at different price points that are going to appeal to everyone attending. If you are really unsure on how to price your products, then it may be worth having a quick search on Etsy to find similar listings and get a feel for what other people charge. You don't want to price the item too high and then have no one buy them because it's too expensive, but at the same time, you don't want to be losing out on money by charging too little. Everyone values their work differently, but you can usually find a median price point for everything. Can I take my fan art? A lot of artists do create fan art, so you may be asking yourself, can I take that with me? And that really depends. Some organisers allow it, others don't. Other organisers are just tolerant of it. Fan art is a tricky one because although you are technically creating original artwork, it is also inspired by somebody else's intellectual property. From my experience, what I've found is that smaller conventions will allow it and maybe even actively welcome it, but it tends to be the bigger conventions with the larger audiences that get a bit iffy about it. I'm sure there are many reasons why it's not allowed, although organisers don't actually disclose those reasons to you. But a guess that I had was that it's something to do with the celebrity guests maybe, and maintaining a good relationship with them for future events. If they or their studio finds out that their intellectual property is being quote-unquote copied, then that could have an impact on future bookings for the convention organiser, and it could have all just been avoided in the first place by just putting a ban on it. That being said, I have attended conventions where they do have an actual ban on fan art, yet when I was there, I saw the vast majority of artists still actually selling it. So some organisers like that may say there is a ban, but not actually do anything to enforce it. My opinion is, as long as it's not a direct copy and it does actually fall under the definition of fan art, then I would say it's fine. Just don't be surprised that if the organisers do make the rounds, they might ask you to take it down. Here are some examples of fan art that I created last year and took to that convention and I had absolutely no problem with, but it might be worth noting that none of the guests attending were from any of the fan art pictured, and from what I recall, there weren't actually any officials or organisers doing the rounds to make sure that there wasn't any fan art on display. Personally, I would say it's worth taking with you, just in case you can get away with it, as an example like that. Otherwise you may be left wishing that you'd brought it, and then you could potentially lose out on sales. Ultimately, it is up to you what you sell, just as long as you've enjoyed making it, but there tends to be a few similarities between stalls. Things like prints, stickers, pin badges are good places to start if you're not totally sure on what to do. And if you are at a complete loss as to what to sell, then it may be worth just visiting a local convention first to see what everyone else offers and just to get some inspiration. You can even watch some vlogs on YouTube. There are hundreds of Artist Alley videos of other creators and people attending that show off what they create at Artist Alley. But the best thing to do is just create what you love and find your audience that way. Stay true to yourself, create something unique, and don't worry too much about what other people are doing. After all, if you are doing something totally different, then you will stand out. If you found this video useful, please give it a thumbs up, it really helps me out, and check out my other Artist Alley advice videos on my channel too. Don't forget to subscribe for videos like this every week on Sundays at 7 PM, and if you really enjoyed it, then you can join our cult on Patreon to see these videos before anyone else, as well as access to projects that are in the works and exclusive content that I've been posting over the last year and a half. Thank you all so much, and I'll see you next time. Thanks guys.